What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bluzelle today, BLZ. The reason why we're talking about this one today is that we are actually at and around the areas where I would expect that we've found our lows, right? I definitely have been calling for this price area for quite some time. We've mentioned it throughout all this, right? But I didn't really expect that we would come down here until we started seeing this movement down like this. Then it became a little bit more obvious that it was going to happen. The reason why targets around this area make sense is if we take the relative low to the relative high of this overall move up. I might actually even take this high because that's like your fake out breakout. So the 382 is right there at about 18.5 cents. On strong moves up, it's very common to find support on your 382 Fibonacci ratio. So that's also coinciding with, on the weekly time frame here, a weekly closing high somewhere around that area, just below 20 cents, right? We're basically there now. Today we actually went down to 19.43 cents. This is the area that I would expect that we find a low. I'm actually very tempted to buy some more Bluzelle right now, but I need to get some more cash cleared. So if we're down here in another week, I might actually buy some Bluzelle. But if we've moved up, it just depends on what looks good. But I'm more than happy buying Bluzelle as long as we're below this 236, below about 26 cents there. I'm more than happy to do that. But I've got my eyes set on something else that I want to purchase actually that I've already committed to. So, but if it wasn't for that, this would be the coin that I'd buy right now. This to me does look the most opportune out of most of the coins that I'm holding. Mana and Bluzelle actually look very opportune right now for anybody that's curious. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you haven't. I don't really know if I have anything else I want to say. I'm more making this video because I haven't talked about Bluzelle in a little while. We're near the oversold zone on the weekly, an area that we've held as support throughout like basically this whole movement up, right? We're at the 382 area. We could find support right here, but likely we move down just a little bit more. If anybody's like wondering, is it over? Is this thing dead in the water? Should we move on to another project? This is probably a better time to buy than it is to sell, but not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I do expect it to go a little bit lower, just a little bit, but I don't think that it'll be anything dramatic compared to what it's already seen. Yeah, the daily RSI, the weekly RSI both suggest that it's going to go lower. I think we're very, very near the area that we'd find our low. It's very common with the first interaction of the 382 to go just below it. And what's just below it, this weekly closing high over here at about 18 cents itself. So, and if we go below that even, that's fine. We could go lower. It's possible, but I personally am not expecting that. I do wonder from here, from this low to this high, your 1272 is right there above the 382. I mean, anywhere from 16.5 cents to 18.8 cents would be the expectation that I think we're going to go. And that's probably going to happen over this week, over the coming days, maybe even sometime next week. But that's all I got to say. If you guys like the video, hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. I'm not worried about Bluzelle. I think it's going to be fine. I was looking at it, man. I was trying to be like pessimistic with myself. And I'm like, what if Bluzelle doesn't hit the price targets that I've projected for it for like the last year now? What if that doesn't happen, right? What if, because for those of you that are new, I've been predicting that Bluzelle could see a $100 price by the end of this cycle. And that would be nuts, right? I mean, it's at 20 cents right now. We're talking about it going a little bit lower. That would be nuts. I think it's capable. I think it's possible for it to see that price. It makes sense from a market cap perspective. It absolutely could. But I think this $20 area, it's a lot lower than $100. $22 is a lot lower than $100. That's your 1618 golden extension from your overall all-time high to all-time low. We're at 20 cents now. That's 100x still. That's over a 100x, right? And if it goes down to 18 cents, that's even more, right? And the difference, for those of you that are wondering, right, if you're like, should I buy here? Should I wait? Should I buy lower? Like the difference between buying here and it going all the way up to the 1618 or buying at potentially like 18.6 cents, the difference would follow as such. From 18.6, that's a 118x. From the current price, that is a 110x. 118x versus 110x. Doesn't sound that big of a difference, but that's an 8x difference. Okay, that is somewhat significant actually from your original investment, an 8x difference. So roughly. So being patient might pay off, but at the same time, like relative to the overall gains, it might not be that significant. It just depends on who you are, what kind of opportunities you're looking for. If this is close enough for you, then I mean, I would buy here. I'd have no problems buying here personally, but I've already committed my funds, my available funds, to another coin. So maybe next week. But anyways, I've made this video longer than I intended to. The main point of this video really was to just say we're getting to the end of it. I'm not worried about Bluzelle at all. I don't think anybody should be. I think it's totally fine. It's one of the strongest performing coins of this cycle, okay? I did a video, for those of you that don't know, who aren't aware, maybe you're new, maybe you just didn't see it that day, whatever. I made a video comparing like 40 different cryptos, man, to Bitcoin from the beginning of the bull cycle to the present day. Bluzelle was one of 4 that have outperformed Bitcoin. That's this coin. It was one of 4. And I think it was either the number 2 or the number 3 spot in that. So out of like 40 cryptos that I analyzed, and a lot of those cryptos were out of the top 100 actually. So any of them that weren't in the top 100, they were coins that I personally hold. They're coins that I've talked about here. So anyways, guys, that's it. Hit that like button. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.